let's get to the point. When I say men work like dogs, it's not disrespectful. It's behavioral science. You know how dog training works? You don't yell at them, you don't nag them to do something. It doesn't work to fight with them to stop doing something they do naturally. Dogs work with positive reinforcement. And guess what? Humans do too. We're all programmed to repeat behaviors that bring us pleasure, validation, and recognition. The difference is that nobody taught you to use this in your relationship. They taught you to complain, to demand, to fight. And then you get stuck in a vicious cycle where he doesn't do what you want and you don't stop complaining. And nobody's happy like that. So pay attention to what I'm about to tell you, because this is going to completely change the dynamics of your home. Every time you validate a behavior from your husband, boyfriend, or partner, you're creating a positive stimulus to make him repeat that behavior. That's how the brain works. Doesn't matter if it's a man, woman, child, or dog. When you receive praise, recognition, validation for something you did, your brain releases dopamine. And dopamine is addictive. You'll want to do it again. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine that every time you try to do something nice, the person only points out what you did wrong, or simply ignores it. What happens? You stop trying. That's exactly what happens in relationships. He brings flowers. You complain they're the wrong ones. He washes the dishes. You say he left spots. He tries to be romantic. You say it's forced. And then after months like this, he simply gives up. And you're left wondering why he doesn't do anything anymore. But what if you reversed this? What if every time he did something you like, you validated it? Let me give you practical examples of how this works in real life. Example 1. You want him to be more affectionate. Instead of complaining that he never hugs you, that he's not romantic, that he doesn't show love, do it differently. Put yourself in a situation where he acts that way, even if it's small, and then praise him. He gave you a good morning kiss? Babe, I love when you do that. I think about it all day. He put his hand on your waist when you were walking. I feel so protected when you do that. You're reinforcing. You're teaching his brain that this brings pleasure, and he'll want to repeat it. Example 2. You want him to be more active with household tasks. Stop complaining that the window's been broken for 6 months. Seriously, that works way less than you think. You know what works? Babe, when you fix things around the house, I get so turned on. It's so attractive seeing you solve problems like that. Yes, I know it sounds silly, but it works. Because you're associating that action with something pleasurable for him. And I'm not just talking about sex, but admiration, respect, validation. Example 3. You want him to value the relationship. Reinforce in his mind how grateful you are that he works hard, that he's present, that he chooses you every day. I know you work so hard for us. I see it, and I thank you every day for it. He'll want to continue being that man, because you're acknowledging it. And if this video is making sense to you, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Seriously, it helps the channel grow so much and reach more people who need to hear this. And if you're not subscribed yet, click that subscribe button, because I post content like this every week. Content that nobody has the courage to say, but everyone needs to hear. Now I'm going to tell you the #1 mistake that destroys relationships. And this mistake is subtle, but deadly. The mistake is only talking to him when something's wrong. Think about it. Is the only time you have a serious conversation to complain about something? Is the only time you call him to talk because you're unsatisfied? If yes, you're conditioning him to associate you with problems, with demands, with stress. And then what happens? He starts pulling away, not because he doesn't love you, but because subconsciously he knows every interaction is going to be heavy. That's why some husbands come home and go straight to the video game. It's not because he doesn't love you. It's because there he's not being criticized. There he's not being demanded of. There he has peace. Now imagine if you transformed your presence into something light, into something he seeks instead of something he avoids. Imagine if he knew that when you call him, it's to say something good, to acknowledge something he did, to value him. You'd become a refuge, not a burden. And then, When you needed to talk about something serious, he'd be open to listening. Because your relationship wouldn't be built only on demands. And now I'm going to say a truth that's going to hurt some people. If your relationship is bad, you have 50% responsibility. Doesn't matter what he did, doesn't matter what he didn't do. You chose how you reacted. You chose to complain instead of acknowledge. You chose to fight instead of reinforce. You chose to demand instead of inspire. And I know it's hard to hear this, but it's also liberating. Because if you have 50% responsibility in the problem, you also have 50% power to change it. You don't control what he does, but you control how you respond. And when you change how you respond, you change the entire dynamic. This isn't being submissive. This isn't enabling bad behavior. This is being strategic. It's understanding that you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. It's understanding that you can be right and still not get what you want. Because people don't change through pressure, they change through inspiration. If this hit home for you, share this video with someone who needs to hear these words. Send it to that friend who's always complaining about her relationship. Send it to that person who's tired of fighting and wants a real solution. This type of content needs to reach more people, so share it. Men work like dogs, with positive reinforcement, with validation, with recognition. Stop fighting, start inspiring, stop demanding, start acknowledging, stop complaining, start valuing, and you'll see how much your relationship changes. You're welcome. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. Until next time, this was I Will Decode Your Man.